Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Bearcats offense will take the first swing of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy. Because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Back to pass, it's Sorsby. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Paul.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that.
Picked off. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wide receiver shows motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy. They're not...
Going for it all. and he bats it away. It falls incomplete. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. At the 20. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the Cincinnati offense will take
Offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. To the air. It's Sorsby. Makes the grab down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
The Bearcats moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Bearcats are on the move.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Makes his connection. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Bearcats look to do some damage in the red zone. On second down, he'll let it fly. Caught over the middle. It's Royer. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now on second and goal. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. A fair catch called for and made. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. The give to the back. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to the ground with the running back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
Pulls it in. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. New set of downs after that completion. To the ground with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The RPO fired complete to the left. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of...
A shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
Finds the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Bearcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on it, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He wants to start this drive with a pass. It's complete. A huge pickup. All by himself down the middle. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. And the Bearcats will hustle to the line. Looking to throw at Sorsby. Unleashes one. On target to the left. And stampeding through the defense. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he'll let it fly. Throws to the tight end. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown!
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to fight.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by 13 over the Royals. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be looking for a huge play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here still in the first half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it. They were able to make sure that one fell incomplete.
He wants to throw here on second down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's looking to throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's caught at the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of...
He's in for the touchdown. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. Throwing right. Got his man. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. The quick out.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it on the outside. It's Smith. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. Field goal is good. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to find his man on first down. They're trying to get to it. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise we saw just that in the first half today. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to two of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The Bearcats will kick it off to start the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes.
Fires one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They were licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, going up top. He's not afraid to go deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Warrior. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Bearcats headed quickly to the line.
And first down for the offense.
To the air, it's Sorsby. Lets it fly. Throw to the end zone, it's picked off. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
They'll throw it on first down. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's cooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that one.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. He'll take another shot here. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Lean for the wire. Touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 11 to Pittsburgh. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Offense getting set for first down. He'll start this drive firing. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Bearcats in the hurry up.
At the 41-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. 2nd down coming up.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Bearcats will have it 1st and 10.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the defender. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to throw, it's Sorsby. He's got it on the run. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
He's marked out of bounds.
On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the... passer ready, I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Got it in the middle. It's Royer. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Number 11.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
Nice catch for the 2-point conversion. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He'll call for the fair catch here. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. And he hauls it in inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it. Threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Quick pass on the jet motion. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Got it past the marker. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
A 1st down run in the red zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal.
Cricket.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Quick completion to the right. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun, running back gets to give. At the 45 on his way. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And the Bearcats want to pick up the tempo.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Quickly to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. Dumps it to the back. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Between the uprights, it's good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
Now this offense is back on the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he could.
He's going to throw deep right side. Catch inside the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Explosive plays are great, but you got to finish the deal. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Leaves it with the back. Just trying to power it ahead. They pick up 5. Ball spotted at the 12.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Handoff to the fullback. And yes, he's in the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, we've got a winner in the battle of the Willamette Valley between Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Bearcats want to move quickly.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. Still running at the 40. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but this whole really strong, put up some good numbers.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Looking for a man. It's Sorsby. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Bearcats! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Signals for a fair catch around the 5-yard line and makes it. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot.
He's looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Oof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Wide open, he makes the catch. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. We'll see how the offensive coordinator pieces together this drive down late in the 4th. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. The Bearcats racing to the line in a hurry up. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Unleashes one deep. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball in his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Give to the fullback. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw. Lofts one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
The Bearcats have pushed it inside the 20. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. Got the back over the middle. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10.
What a great job by the quarterback working through his progressions here. In a 2-minute situation, he doesn't force it down the...
Touchdown, Bearcats! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, it's just what the doctor ordered. You needed a big play to go out there and try to take the lead, and you find your receiver out wide. He runs by the DB. Nice throw, nice catch. You got the lead.
This one's big to make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here. The kickoff unit about to go to work. But he might have wanted to just let that one go to see if it would go into the end zone, but makes the fair catch at the 5. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's taking the deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Makes the grab at the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. He's looking to throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. Give to the big fullback. He bangs his way in for the score.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it through.
Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lanes, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to throw. It's Sorsby. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
This late in the game, 4th quarter, go time, we got to make plays. We got to go to those things that really, really work well. We can't waste too many more downs. I know it's 3rd down coming up, but we got to put this thing in full throttle.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Going up top on 1st down. Wide open downfield. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the last chance comes up empty, and the ball game is over. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.